Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Time for game number 2 here. Coordinator got back reasonably quickly, so we are here now. Gambit Esports up 1-0. Team Spirit, they have to win this game if they want to stay alive in these qualifiers for StarLadder CIS. My name is dragondrop, still jumping eskillz. Eskillz, any last thought about that last game?
I mean, some thought following up to this draft already that both DP and Omni is banned, so that was what Gambit opened up with, and I think Team Spirit said no more of that.
Radiant team pick. Dire team
Enchantress.
That is true, but it does leave the Enchantress coming through. And the Witch Doctor, alright. Taking that away from Team Spirit once again in a different fashion, but they do get their hands on the Sand King, so already a wildly different game with wildly different heroes so far.
Yeah.
Could be interesting though, regardless. Enchantress, of course, very strong offlaner in most circumstances anyway.
And I do think that the fact that you open with Edge like this, it could be a position 4 as well. So that's always something you have to keep in mind. That I mean, it's most likely gonna be an offlane, but that position 4 Edge, like against the right lineup, can be really tough to deal with as well. Already AA and Sacking is a really strong support combination. Although Sacking can be offlane as well, sure.
Yep.
But I don't think I've ever seen DK Phobos play Sacking, so would be more inclined to say it's a Beaver Sacking.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's say I've seen that before.
Maybe I'm wrong.
A long time ago, if at all.
Radiant team ban.
Who knows?
I mean, DK Phobos to me is always one of these players that, like, he has his couple of heroes he plays a lot, like Brew, Weaver, Puck. He played a lot of Spirit Breaker offlane back in the day, still does from time to time. Like, Sacking doesn't feel like one of his heroes, but
Yep.
5
Well,
seconds remaining.
Find out Gambit. Take out Lifestealer here, one of these lane counters to the Enchantress. Always raid through that untouchable.
yeah.
So, do you think Gambit will want to go back to the same kind of style of strats with the Enchantress and the Witch Doctor already, or is it
Radiant team pick.
a bit different, more early game centric with the early push?
Yeah, this is already like way different. Like Ench and Witch Doctor, while they are very good heroes on their own, they are not even like, you can't make as good of a teamfight lineup as you had last time, because like Ench and Witch Doctor, they're not teamfighty at all. Like, they're nice in teamfights and all that stuff. Ench does a lot of damage. Witch Doctor is annoying, but you can't compare it to like a Omni Knight and DP in terms of raw teamfight. But I mean, they follow up with the StarLadder pick again, so I guess they do love this one.
Yeah. Worked out quite well here in the last game here, as you would expect. As soon as Bignum got that Blink Dagger, he's been able to catch more than one hero out of position, or just continuing the chase, getting that one extra with the low cooldown stun is extremely useful. And you have already some synergy again in this game with the Witch Doctor Death Ward, just the Enchantress right clicks. So
one thing I always want to point out when I see a StarLadder or Bounty Hunter, because they have this buffs that actually leaves vision on heroes, is that you can play Ench or OD. Because Ench or OD is two heroes with Hurricane packs that like can really utilize that and be super annoying. Even if you like force him off to like whatever, like darkness, like you will see him, so it's nice.
Extremely useful here. But speaking of super annoying here, Faceless Void make an appearance here. You already have that combination with the Ancient Apparition, and even Sand King can make that work in one way or another. Either Sand King initiating in, just kind of throwing that epicenter into the mix, or just following up the Chronosphere with a Burst Strike afterwards. Yeah, the big one, of course, that Chrono into the Ice Blast for that extra bit of damage. Can it be very successful? Can also fall flat on its face if that's the only thing that you rely on to be able to win your team fights. And all it really takes is you to miss that combo once, or just have to expand it on the Wraith King, who just comes right back.
Ooh,
That's something different though. Alright. Guess that turns us into a Wraith King Radiance game.
I mean, the issue for Gambit here for sure is gonna be to survive until, because they have stun, they have StarLadder, they have Wraith King, they have Witch Doctor that are like okay lockdown, but they need to survive until, you know, they're online.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Big question, right? How are you gonna deal with that in the laning stage? And can you actually survive? Can you actually hold on to some of your outer tier buildings, some of the map control that you need to actually be able to farm up these items that you need later on if you are up against the Broodmother? It's
There are some heroes that make sense in their current lineup is like because they need a hero now that can deal with Brood in lane, which could be Beastmaster with his physical access are actually real nice. There's Timber that is okay. It's not at all a good Timber game though, so like, I actually really like Beastmaster for them, but we'll see if that's the route they go. And Team Spirit also has a ban. And I know that like Beastmaster is not a conventional Broodmother counter
Player
at all.
team banned.
But I played it a while ago, and the access actually destroys the spider. Like you can't lane, and then later on you have the roar, and you have the hawk to scout the hero out in trees. So it's actually a really nice one.
Yeah.
But
would be a little bit awkward here as
10
Gambit
seconds
most certainly
remaining.
looking for a mid hero right now. And Beastmaster can be played in mids, but it's certainly not the most
5
conventional hero.
seconds remaining.
And
I agree with that. But it's like when you get a Broodmother like this, like you kind of like normal lanes and whatnot kind of goes out the window. All you do is
Yeah.
like we need this specific hero that can deal with Brood, and like anything else is like
Yeah.
whatever.
that is true. Well, Gambit, they've already taken quite a bit of their time to think about the ban and probably also the pick going into this. They'll have a little bit of extra time left here as Team Spirit also thinking about along the same lines, right? Trying to take out that one big counter
Yeah.
that they're still worried about here.
I mean, Tiny is another nice hero, but that one is banned in the first pick. Gary is not that good, but he's also banned, so it doesn't really matter. What other nice mid heroes? I don't know. I'm not that good at knowing the current Brood counters. That here is since he got changed really.
So,
Legion.
oh yeah. The thing is, like, a lot of these counters just rely on this one spell that has a lot of AoE to deal with the spiderlings, but
Yeah.
what happens when that spell's on cooldown, when you don't have enough mana, or when you missed it? And Broodmother still retains some sort of army, right?
That's the issue. And the thing is, even if you have this counter here against Brood, that makes it like, okay, he has this spell, I don't want to like laning it. Brood just farms insanely, stupidly fast in jungle and ancient camps and whatnot.
I've seen it in the PGL even, right? It's PGA Thunder picking up a Batroid up against a Brood in the third game.
Pick.
And sure, yeah, Firefly, you don't want to go into that with your spiderlings, right? But as soon as the Firefly ended,
Yeah.
you just run him down anyway. So the Firefly is not really going to allow you to stay in lane because you have to walk away before it ends anyway. So, and as I said, yeah, Broodmother just farms instead.
10 seconds remaining.
Farms the jungle camps instead. And the partner on top of that now, like Team Spirit,
5
they
seconds
pulling out all the stops here to come back in game 2.
Yeah, Pagna is actually amazing here because actually Gambit only has physical damage. Like Impetus, I don't know if it's, I guess it's not physical damage, but if you decrep someone, like he won't take damage from Impetus, he won't hit.
Yeah.
Like this Pugna is actually countering 4 of their heroes right now. So this last pick he needs to deliver, and DK, yeah, DK is a nice one against Broodmother actually.
Yeah.
And it's more physical though, but it's a hero that can deal with Broodmother, and it's more stuns. And I mean, Gambit's lineup does look scary, but Team Spirit's cheesiness looks pretty scary as well.
Well, see whether they can execute on that. Gambit, again, certainly, even with the StarLadder, certainly a much more normal lineup. Even with StarLadder and the Wraith King, both heroes that we don't see a whole lot of. But then again, Broodmother partner, they can just make it a game look super easy and make the heroes look super unbalanced. But it can go both ways.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna come down to execution versus Team Spirit here, because as time goes on, Team Spirit they can definitely win late game with just void this amazing late game. But always with Brood and Pugna, like these heroes, they are nice late game as well. But they're kind of where you want to win the game mid game or early late game. Whereas this Wraith King and I don't know actually. Maybe it's not as like late game favorite for Gambit as I'm thinking, because like Ench isn't the greatest late game here either. He's kind of wonky. You're all also very mid game oriented or early game even.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with late game for Gambit is that they only have one real good AoE stun, which isn't even all that instant with a crush, right? You can still, if you're quick enough, you can still BKB that off and whatnot. Whereas for Team Spirit, you have the Chronosphere, which is arguably one of the best AoE lockdown spells in the game. The later it goes, right? Because then you should have enough damage to kill whoever you find in there.
Yeah, you're right. I think that actually, the more I think about it, I feel that Team Spirit actually really outdrafted them. I think this is a really hard one for Gambit to win.
It's gonna be coming down to Gambit stopping the bleeding in the lanes, not really giving up too much, then finding the timing in the mid game where Team Spirit is not quite there just yet. Certainly tall order, but I think it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, for like draft, it only matters so much. Like you can win, you can like
30 seconds.
every player in the planet can agree that okay, a team outdrafted someone 99%, but then the other team just ends up, playing better, having some luck maybe, executing whatnot, and winning anyways. Like draft only matters so much, really.
Yep.
You shouldn't take too much. Like, just play your lineup and do the best you can with it, and draft doesn't have to matter.
Well, Illidan starts with a free Battle Fury, so it's unbalanced already.
How is that even balanced?
No, right? Pay to win cosmetics. God damn it.
Yep.
Yeah, they are
He
going
probably
for
won't
this.
put a blast, though, that's why.
Yeah, exactly. They are going for this aggressive lane though. This is interesting here, Beaver, in that more supporty kind of role together with FNG, or lane supporty kind of role.
I think what they want to do here is they want to make sure that this Brood is not against the Dragon Knight. Like they want to make the lanes as unexpected as possible, so that the Brood gets anywhere that's not against Dragon Knight. And you can see Gambit, they're like rotating way too late just to make this happen. Because if he would have TP top to make it like, okay, I won't miss lane and whatnot, then Brood is just gonna TP away and they're gonna lose. So they need to do this very slow rotation, and then when Brood TPs away, if he does, DK TPs after.
Yep. These machinations of lane swaps and whatnot, Gambit have to take it on chain here because they lose out on a full wave of experience on not one but two lanes. Yeah.
It's a really rough feeling there,
Yeah.
and now even like Ench, you want to own the lane, but now you're coming too late. You're like, your opponents are almost gonna be level 2 on all their 3 heroes, and you can't really do anything against them at the moment.
StarLadder also not the most helpful here in this situation. Kind of walk in for a crush, but might just as well be turned on like this. Yes, finishing out the very easy first blood on the Enchanter. Spur Strike, Chilling Touch, Cold Feet for good measure. And FNG claiming that for himself. This is not a fun lane here as long as all of these Spirit heroes are hanging about.
It's a really tough for them.
I'll also have to keep an eye on the top lane. BZZ for now, holding his own with only 2 or 3 last hits. Compared to 10 and 3 in the Broodmother, of course, also in part due to rotations. But especially up against the Broodmother, like, you want to get on her good side, I want to say, early on when she only has the webs. Right now, he has 2 points up on the webs, so plenty of those available, and can already start building up the Spiderling army.
The nice thing to have this DK against Brood is that, yeah, I agree with that, because usually when he gets spiders up, the lane gets unbearable. But DK is actually here.
Special Cat gonna get going on a missile burst strike, but they should still be able to wreck him down. Maybe not though with heals going. It's gonna take them a while at the same time. There was a dive going on in the middle lane. FNG making a rotation there to get the counter kill onto Witch Doctor. So A lot of action again, CS Dota. Well, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, this is
Good
what
stuff.
what it looks like.
But yeah, to get back to my point, that DK, the more points he gets in Dragon Blood, he actually deals quite well with him getting a lot of Broodlings, and that is exactly why teams actually like this matchup. Well, it's one of the like more okay heroes against Brood, because you're actually not really gonna die,
Yeah.
even when he gets these huge Broodlings armies, because you can just breathe fire and then just sustain with Dragon's Blood.
Yeah. Any other hero would be dead already, but BZ just stands around
Yes.
there with like 10 Spiderlings sitting away at him. Well, at the very least he doesn't quite have that Soul Ring just yet, whereas DK Phobos has it available. So there's no brief fire spam per se.
Yeah,
Also
and I
the
think he
Furia died.
like.
Oh.
Oh, that's very rough for them. Like
Okay.
we can see the DK before he wants to pressure. He wants to try to kill his DK before he can get his Soul Ring, because that's when he gets a lot of regen and a lot of sustain for a breathe fire, and that's when it's gonna be very hard to kill him. So he's doing his best at trying to kill him now, but here is just too fat.
At the very least I do like this positioning from DK Phobos, because right now Kuro already died, not sure where already, but if DK Phobos just continuously plays behind the tower and behind BZZ, he's never gonna be able to get the curry out to him.
Yeah.
He delivered the Soul Ring, so on one side he has to walk back home himself, so there's a bit of an engagement mid, trying to burst on Witch Doctor. He does get the cask off, now G, double crush there from Bignum, set up for that kill, and it does. In the 1-for-1 trade. Nice little double burst strike though, once again, two supports and team spirit looking to turn it into more, but a double crush from Bignum. Gonna slow that down despite the cold feed. Another stun there from the Wraith King. Setting up
Oh,
for
he got
FNG, who
the
really wants that kill. The Urn charge coming through, denying himself the creeps, will not be successful. FNG though, he gets it himself. He
Well
thought,
played.
yeah, that's a good idea, I'll do that. What?
That was
What a
very
play.
clutch by FNG.
Also getting... I don't think I've seen an Ancient Apparition have an Urn of Shadows this early in a long time.
I thought about it. I was like, whoa, who has Urn already?
Yeah.
With charges, and then yeah, he's doing very well for himself. He actually went Urn instead of Boots, and I actually really like that decision.
Well, that is moment of truth in the top lane. BZ, yeah, he's gonna walk all the way to his tier 2. Pick up a Soul Ring. So that is that. Pretty much a dead lane for both sides at this point.
Yeah, and as we mentioned in the draft, like always when this happens against Brood will just farm more than you, because he's gonna farm the lane and jungle camps.
Yep.
And he's probably gonna have the bounty control as well, so like he's gonna get a lot more gold income than Dragon Knight.
Alright, so with supports rotating out of the bottom lane at the very least, it does mean that Cheshire Cat can at least catch up a little bit. Still a level behind of Illidan here, who's sticking around. Okay, middle lane, G. He's actually in trouble, man. Vensko trying to run him down with a burst strike, but the supports are available. Try and help out G. No more Maledicts, so barely survives that one.
Close.
Very close indeed. That is busy trying to snipe some of these small spiders. It's not burst damage at this point with 3 points on the refire.
No, I think you need 4 to get the small spiderlings. I like level 7 small spiderlings, that is.
Yeah.
Or I would rather... Actually, maybe it is, because spawn spiderlings is level 3 right now, so... Could be enough, I'm not quite sure.
Spiderlings have 250,
Nice
so okay. You even slow down for a burst strike here. Instant TP though from Bignum. And we'll shoo them away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alright, more commitments here for Team Spirit. This top tower already took quite a bit of chip damage here. Burst strike once again with extra nuke from G. That'll hit much more than the Spiderlings, but again, the stick charge is available. Bignum also hanging around. He doesn't quite have the same protection as BZ does though.
look at that
Just be very careful, has the crush.
Is under attack.
But DK Phobos will not want to commit many more nets here to chase him under the tier 2. He's just completely taken over this part of the map right now at the same time. Oh yeah.
Radiant's top
That was a
tower
Chronosphere
is under
committed.
attack.
With the chilling touch, more than enough to burst through. DK Phobos now making his way mid, chasing the rest of Gambit's heroes away.
We really see Team Spirit turning up the heat for this one. I mean, yeah, DK Phobos is sitting at 76 classes already. Sure, that's a lot of jungle creeps, but that's a lot of farm coming his way. He's sitting very pretty at the highest net worth right now.
Now there's enough levels as well that he can spread out this entire area with webs. So he can just bounce between top and mid lane and control that entire area by himself almost.
Yeah, and for Radiant, that's a danger zone. Like, you don't really want to, especially not be a support walking alone there.
Looks like they don't want to waste much more time. I mean, it's not just the Broodmother, you also have the Pugna. 3 points up in another blast at this point that will also help getting through these towers. And what do you really do if you're Gambit here? Castro's going to be wasted on these spiderlings. Maybe you can clean up from some of them, but maybe not.
You try to buy as much time you can to get your levels and items, but it's really tough. This brood game really, this brood pick really made it tough for them.
Dragonite mid, BZ gets burst struck, you have to be slowed down. Okay. It's a lot of damage if you can channel that even level 1 from Life Drain, so G back up to full health and also a decent amount of mana. Meanwhile, up on the top lane, the Witch Doctor straight up dies his spiderlings, as you would expect. 3 heroes up against the Broodmother, but DK Phobos doesn't care. He just gets killed anyway.
We didn't talk about that actually either, but Pugna is a really nice hero against DK because, I mean, DK's armor 1, Pugna doesn't care about that, he just sucks you.
Yeah.
And like, they needed this DK because they needed a hero to deal with Brood, but Team Spirit, they have the A, Sanking, and Pugna, like, they have so much damage for a DK. It's not a good DK game whatsoever.
Double 100 damage for the Enchantress as it turns out. Once again, Chronosphere off cooldown, they have that same combo. There's some with the Ice Blast even, making it much easier for FNG and Illidan. So, I mean, and this is the only lane that's sort of going decently well for Gambit still, you could say. As I say that OG has been going on. Decrep TP, Darkseid is there, or Dark is there to interrupt it, so that's a good kill. 4 heroes committed into this lane, but now he found himself in Invis soon. Could be a big burst strike on more than one hero. And DK Phobos is a nice little spider army to turn us around, Bignum. That is 1 round, 2 rounds. Ice Blast on top. He should end up falling Dark. Turn up the fight here. Doesn't stick charges to make sure that he can come back, but he doesn't pop it. He just dies first. 2 for 1 trade at the end of the day. As there's another burst strike here. Dragonite will be stopped once again with a cold feet. And it's going to take them a while to just straight up right-click him down. And need some more burst. Beaver setting up for another burst strike here in the backlines. And that should be enough, even with Bignum coming back. Not a whole lot he can do here. DK Phobos with another web. Looking to try and run him down all the way back to his own high ground of the base. This is not boding well for Gambit.
In the Skeleton versus Spiderling showdown, the Spiderlings won.
Oh, bottom lane, Cheshire Cat once again. This time G is joining up with Illidan to make that happen, but this time the heals are just enough to hack with the stun. Yeah, Illidan does have another time walk available now, barely gets out with the burst strike also coming through to finish up the kill on Cheshire Cat. Cast bouncing only once, but now focusing on to G with the depth ward on the wrong side. He does have the Decrep fight still though, he's absolutely fine. Another burst strike with another light click bash. They do end up losing G to the Maledict. This Biver also gets tracked down by Bignum with the crush here, Illidan. Time walking across, both of them should be fine in the end. As I say that though, the stun coming through, follow from Bignum, not quite there. Does have the burst strike again from his teammate to prevent another crush. Biver, yeah, he gave his life for the cause, yeah. His life for his carry.
A true bro or support.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Much more successful skirmish than Gambit has seen throughout this entire game in this bottom lane. And DK Phobos, he didn't have any webs down there, so no way he could get involved.
Actually, for the first time where the like goalie didn't go Team Spirit's way, they were 10k before that. Now it's only 9k. So, you know, they're getting close to the comeback.
I won't go that far, but they certainly stopped the bleeding for now. You have to make sure not to... I mean, Team Spirit, that was all just burst strikes, essentially, in terms of control. There was no Chronosphere committed, which is back off cooldown now. No Brood Mother in the middle of that.
Now they get a super nice ward in the smoke from my FNG this on the high ground.
Finds the crush, but there's the Ice Blast on 1 and 2. BZZ. There's next on the list here. It's gonna take them a while to chew through his armor still. And Ice Blast will expire. There's another Burst Strike though. They do get rid of the Spiderlings. One more Breathe Fire, but it ultimately doesn't matter. Gambit don't have the manpower at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I mean it takes time to kill him, but in the end result is the same. Like he does not live. The Red King is going for a Blade Mail. I guess it's okay against Pugna, but it's like it's not especially good against Broodmother or it's.
Yeah. Really want that
Find it to
Radiance.
be a bit peculiar.
I want the Radiance, or at least maybe a Maelstrom or something like that up against the Brood.
Yeah, he seems to be going Radiance now.
Yeah.
Which I do like to go one like small item before the Radiance. Usually it's Armlet, but I guess Blade Mail works too.
Yeah. This makes some sense. I mean, if you just straight up rush Radiance, there's a pretty good chance that you'll have lost the game before it can actually do something about it. But there's the Ice Blast once again. They focus on the Cheshire Cat bursting down immediately with the Epicenter as well, but the Crush controlling out the partner here. G might end up dropping once again. Okay, he does get burnt down regardless here. As in the backlines, BZ playing up against the Spider, but the Chronosphere on Dahak as well as the rest of his own team. Illidan will still be able to secure these kills. Dahak's coming right back. FNG should end up dropping, but so does the Dragon Knight here as Brood Mother, with the help of his teammates, finally be able to burst him down, and now it's just a slaughter at this point. Blade Mail not gonna stop that by any means.
It almost looked to be like okay for Gambit there for a second, but
Yeah.
it's just Broodmother coming in and then just takes care of it.
They got FNG with the Wraith King coming back. They also got G early on with like the entire control and burst being expended on him. But what do you do after that, right? You have a Brood Mother who can just heal up on right clicks. You have Faceless Void who can time walk. There's no way you burst any of these heroes down at this point. Another Blink Burst Strike here, Witch Doctor. Yeah, he's so dead.
Yeah, but like, so they need to somehow find time until Darkstack has his Radiance. Then they need to take fights with that and win them. And I mean that's such a tall order in this current position, but that's how they win this game. I think they make sure that Darkseid like has really good free form until this Radiance, so he gets it within maybe like 5 to 6 minutes, if even that's possible. Like whatever, like he gets it fast and then they take fights and win. But yeah, it's very, very hard. I don't see it happen, but
either way, it has to come at a great cost. I mean, we keep seeing Cheshire Cat just pushing out very aggressively, trying to keep these lanes under control, maybe threaten a tower if they let him. But he's always going to be caught out by the Blink Burst Strike. But the only thing he really does is, as I said, keep that pressure away from the Wraith King. As he's going towards that relic, but it just seems so far away still.
yeah, they don't have anything like a Slaughter Blink that can like maybe enable them to do some moves while Darkstax forms. He's 2k away from the Blink, 60 minutes in. Like it's not a lot of good things happening for Gambit right now.
Yep.
And yeah, it's all about the Brood. It's just this hero just, if it's picked in the right game, it just wrecks you.
Yeah. Feels like with this draft, the way it worked out in the end is that Illidan is pretty much an afterthought, like a safety net on his Faceless Void, where it's like, alright, if the Brood doesn't do the job, then we still have that very strong hero to fall back on, who's just farming up a Storm with that Battle Fury.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the draft too, because they have this super crazy early game, like laning focused shit that's just so hard to deal with. But even if it fails, you know, yeah, they have this uber good late game hero in Void to just win.
lot of damage being done to both towers. Alone, just bring that to half health on the top lane. And okay, this time the burst strike will connect you. Okay, almost burst on a Dragon Knight. The heals are there, but the Chronosphere on 3. The bursting down. Can they find any more here? The Death Ward on the outside. Mensko trying to do what they can with the crush. Actually, bring down the Faceless Void. Team Spirit. They drop, but not everybody. DK Phobos just taking over. Spignum down as well. And it falls out one more ultimate from Dahak. Chantress, ooh, one last nuke here to finish up on that hero too. They get the 1 kill. Herculean task already for Gambit, but it's not enough to win the fight or to keep the base alive. Beautiful stun on 2 heroes. Dice Blast to secure another death onto BZZ, who just bought back. Will certainly secure this Rax. Down very early, 18.5 minutes into the game. And did they even have to stop here? Very weak tier 3 top, but they can burst down with the Nether Blast.
I think they'll just continue. They know BC can't be up for 40 seconds. Wraithking doesn't have ulti, so he needs to be like worried about initiation. There's no Blink Dagger on StarLadder. They can just slowly do this.
Yep. The epicenter Blink Burst Strike for now here with the Drop of Fire. Oh god!
Goodbye.
That was from half health to 0.
Yeah.
Holy hell! Ice Blast coming through, looking to finish off Van's score, but he goes off to the side with the smoke being used to try and obfuscate his position. But all of that is space created. Some more damage here to the Rax. G. Let's have one more Nether Blast in him before he's out of mana. Blink Burst Strike though onto Wraith King with the silence here. BKB used. DK almost just chops him down. Godlike's pre for him and GG. Yeah, there's no way out of this one. Just one of these games.
One of the fastest disconnects I've seen.
I mean, I would be upset too if I lost to that, to be quite honest.
I mean, I've been in their position and oh my god, it sucks so bad. And it's like they won game 1 by like, you know, kind of outplaying them, and then they just get brooded, and you know, it's so frustrating.
It feels bad, man. So it's something gonna be done to them to just refocus and get that in the game for the last draft and call back on that game number 1 and realize, hey, we are good enough. We have the skills to match up against Team Spirit in a straightforward game. So we'll see whether they can do that. As right now, both teams are on match point. 1-1 is the scoreline in this best of 3. The winner will move up to play against Vega Squadron right after this series. So the loser is out. It's as simple as that. So do stay tuned, as we're gonna head into game number 3 soon.
Yep.